You want penis enlargement pills?
No.
Pause music.
That better
Pause.
stay in it.
Pause the
so help me
enlargement
God.
pills.
No.
Are we sponsored by penis enlargement pills now?
No, we're
No,
not.
we are not.
Just Flintstone gummies.
Yes.
That's Stiff Socks.
Okay.
Stiff
Okay.
Socks is probably sponsored by those pills. I don't even know.
They're not.
They're not? What?
No.
Bullshit.
Anyways, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another installment of No Place Like Homaha. We have the full crew here today: Nick Henricks, Michael
Unfortunately.
Love, and JD Wonder.
Yes, sir.
How we feeling, boys? Good.
Oh, dude,
bad?
last week was a grind on the work game.
Don't remember asking.
Josh just freaking asked, you idiot. Gosh.
Got him. Well, we don't have much to talk about this pod since there hasn't been much activity.
What do you mean? They've been college baseball all over the place.
Well, I mean, there's been MLB trades. We can dive in a
Well,
little
That
bit.
is
MLB
true. Yeah,
podcast.
I mean, we did have a lot of stuff go down in the majors. Yeah. Do you think anybody's going to get called up from the draft this year, from college to go straight to the majors? Do you think?
Oh, I don't know. I probably would say, depending on this point, like, because let me look at the standings here, because that's the biggest thing. If you take a look at it here, I've got it pulled up. So the one team that I thought would pull somebody up might have been the Orioles, but apparently now the Orioles in the American League East they're sitting at a solid fourth. They won 57 games this year, which is a huge pickup from last year. And they have found a way to at least get their young crew that they usually have now and develop them, and they're starting to get a better farm system. So I would personally say if anybody would still do it, the Blue Jays, the A's might do it at the end of the year just because they're 41-68. They're second to last in baseball altogether because you have the Tigers are 43-67. The Cubs are 43-64, and the Nationals would be the other one because they're 36-74. They're way out of it. Five game losing streak. The Nats can't do it. I saw a clip from Luke Voigt, or I think it was this morning. There was a ball that was thrown just over to the right of him, or the left, because he's a left-hander, and he just didn't do it. And the guy that was doing the commentary on the video post, he was like, "Oh, this is why Luke Voigt hated the Eric Hosmer trade, that it didn't go through." It was like, one, if you're the Padres and you give Eric Hosmer a trade, he signed a no trade clause. So why the hell are you still looking to trade him? I mean, granted, they probably asked for him, but still, I mean, you can't trade a guy with a no trade clause. Well, he ended up going to Boston. So he's with the Bo Sox.
How do you get there?
How'd he get there?
Yeah.
I'm taking a look at it.
They traded him.
I got on a plane.
Yeah, I know they traded him, but I wanted to see
either that or a really long bus drive.
The no trade clause just means that they're in control of where they go.
Facts, though. I'm trying to look here. I had it pulled up.
Maybe he traveled by bike.
No,
I think he traveled by
submarine.
By
just went below the U.S.
He went by SpaceX.
Oh, okay.
Probably. I can't find it at the moment to see who he went for, but he went to the Padres.
Dynamics. Who went to the Padres?
Picked up a lot of guys, or not.
Here we go with the unfactual information.
Yes,
again.
I know. He got traded from the Padres, went to the Red Sox. They ended up picking up Josh Hader, Juan Soto, Josh Bell. And then who else did they pick up? I remember the Padres picked up somebody at the end too. I think it was Brandon Drury from the Angels, wasn't it? Yeah. And he was the one that flew under the radar because Brandon Drury this year has been lighting it up. And otherwise, I don't know. Because taking a look at the standings now, especially for the wild card, the Blue Jays are still at the top of the American League with the wild card. They're up a game and a half. They're 60-49. They've been lighting it up this week. The Rays stand in second, even with the Seattle Mariners. And this is funny. The Orioles are now a game and a half behind everybody in the wild card at 57-52. On the National League side, you have the Braves at 64-46. They hold a 3.5 game overset against the Phillies, who are half a game up, and then the Padres are sitting there even at 61-50. The Brewers are the next team. They're a game and a half behind the Padres. So I would say if any team would want to pull somebody up at the end of the year, it would probably be anybody that's on a bottom team. So we're talking the Royals.
So you're not thinking like any postseason they would get added to the postseason roster?
Probably not. I would think Jason Dominguez as a prospect would get pulled up because he's been doing good in the minors.
Though.
Yeah, I know, but I'm still saying if you're talking to anybody, it would be who's in the farm system already looking to get pulled up.
Yeah.
I don't think any draft picks are going to get pulled up now.
Gotcha.
That would be way too soon.
Well, I mean, it's happened before, but it was pitching.
Yeah.
Where they've pulled him up right away.
I mean, unless Kumar Rocker decides to just throw Ched down in the minors and is immediately going to AAA and
Leiter.
That'd be crazy.
Well, Leiter was in and out. Leiter made his debut though.
His MLB debut?
Year. Yeah, Leiter pitched in the MLB, I thought.
I don't think so.
That would be news to me.
Yeah.
I thought he did this year.
I don't think we could trust you.
Once.
Damn.
Personally.
I guess, but
damn.
Oh boy.
I mean, sticking on the concept of college baseball, I saw this thing today. They interviewed, I don't know how recently it was. I just saw it pop up on my Twitter feed. Talking to the University of Hawaii's head baseball coach, and they talked to him about like what he looks for in a player if he's going to watch them. And he said, he was talking about, he's like, usually, like obviously you can point out, 5 tools on a player. But the thing that he looks for is like, how do they battle adversity? So how do they look after they strike out? How do they do after they make an error? All this kind of stuff. Like, are they still up on the bench? Are they cheering on their teammates? Are they still engaged in the game? All that kind of stuff. And I know I've seen an interview with Tim Corbin. One thing that he looks for is he's like, I'll look at their locker, how they take care of the small stuff. That's how, so it's like, how do they take care of their equipment? How do they take care of, are they organized, all that kind of stuff? Because that leads to your player on the field. So I think that's leading to the question that I wanted to ask you guys. So like, if you are speaking to a player now that's going to go on to play in college, like they're wanting to get to that next level, what are a few things that you'd say to them going in to college, whether from a coaching standpoint, what they're going to look for, or being a previous player, what to expect, or how they should view it as a incoming freshman?
Mikey, you want to take the starter? Or?
Nope.
All right.
Nope.
Nope.
Heard.
So I would probably say, especially from a college player and a standpoint of like the teams that I've been around, both like summer travel ball and just like college in general, I would probably say if you're a guy that is willing to say like yes, like to playing a position and you've played it before, especially in high school, like now is your chance to try it. Like if you're, let's say you're the top of the line sophomore class, like you're 2 years away from going to college, you've already been looked at for commitments, you're like one of the top prospects in the country. I would still say if you have played any other position, make sure that you still keep that in your game, because the MLB now is starting to kind of develop into the having that utility guy there, whether it be pitching in the arsenal, whether it be just being able to play all positions in the outfield. Moving from third, like if you've been a catcher, moving to third, moving to first, learning those positions to also help you behind the dish, big key in my factor. And I would also say just the 5-tool guy, in my opinion, is also kind of like one of those things that needs to be talked about, because it's like you can have all the aspects of like speed, baseball IQ, power, being able to be like hit the ball anywhere you want and still being able to play the small ball game. I feel like that is huge, but at the same time, it's like the power needs to be talked about, because you can still hit the ball 420 feet. You can still hit nukes all the time. I'm talking like gap to gap power. You have a guy who's able to hit left center to right center. If he hits the wall, great. That's what I'm looking for as well. Whether or not he can hit the long ball, that's fine. I want a guy who can have that power in a situation to where we have a guy on second or we have a guy on first. We need to get him over. If he can't hit a ground ball at the moment, which is also being a part of the 5-tool player, being able to put the ball where you want, that's if he can put it in a gap or put it behind the guy in a gap or down the line, perfect. And I know that also counts with pitch placement as well, because you need that pitch to be able to execute that. But also just having control like of your hands, that also helps. Because if you have a pitch that's on the inside half, like a slider from a lefty coming into a righty, and you can still inside out that ball and put that into right field and put it in the gap, get a double and possibly score him, or at least get him to third, depending on who your runner is, that's huge for me. I want you to be able to play the game based on how you see it. And baseball IQ is a big thing on that. But still, even if you don't have the highest baseball IQ, you still have the idea of, okay, how can I be able to put this ball wherever I want? Or like, how can I put this ball behind my runner? How can I try to get him to the best position successful, even if I get out? So that's what I would honestly be looking for. If I was an MLB scout, college coach, former player talking to a guy, that's what I would be looking for.
Awesome.
Mikey.
It's my name.
You gonna
assistance.
Are you gonna speak on the topic?
I don't know. Josh really pissed me off today with some of these comments that he made.
Oh boy. All right, let's jump into it. Why?
No.
I
I
didn't
don't
even
air
say
dirty
anything to you.
laundry on here. This is not a laundromat. Okay, little buddy.
Okay.
Didn't even
little
say
buddy.
anything to you, my boy.
No, I think you hit a lot of it on the head, I guess. But I think more importantly, it's adaptability.
Yeah.
No matter what level you're at, things are always going to change on the fly, and you have to be able to, understand that. And just like adaptability is even great for you, even like in the workplace and even in life, because you could plan for everything. You could plan for this big project that you're going to present, and you could get to the point where you got to present it and something doesn't work. Or, you plan to be on the road for, a week for baseball, and then coach is like, nope, it's a home series instead. So now you got to react, and line up all your scheduling and shit for school. It's just, and it's just
Facts.
being able to, manipulate your mentality like on the fly at the snap of a finger is, I think, a huge thing.
I would 100% agree with that. That's huge.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
Thanks.
Silly goose. Silly rabbit.
Oh, you silly rabbit.
Tricks are for kids.
All right, Josh, what do you got?
We're not
to tap in
sponsored
on
by
this?
we're not sponsored by Tricks.
True. That is,
We're
yeah,
not technically.
that's accurate.
But
You can
Don't
shut
you
your
fucking
mouth.
lie to
Yeah.
the listeners. We are
Shut up.
sponsored by Flintstone
Flintstone
Gummies.
Gummies. Facts.
Sorry.
And Post-a Note.
Unbelievable. Well, yeah, you can't listen to them anyways. It's always wrong.
We're sponsored.
Post-a
When
Note.
did we get sponsored by Post-a Note?
Last episode.
Oh, boy.
Slap hit on a baboon's ass.
Someone didn't
Oh,
listen to the last episode. Huh. Very interesting. Very interesting.
Very interesting. Yeah, I memean, you guys definitely hit it. A lot of like what Nick said, keeping like those positions available. Because the best 9 hitters will always find a way in the lineup. Like if you have a great bat, there's gonna be a way that you got to find a way onto the field. Again, yeah. So being able to play all those positions is valuable, and then adaptability as well as, like you said, Mikey, fulfilling your role on the team, and then being able to, when you're hit with adversity or something like that, being able to adapt to what situation you have. I agree with that. One thing that I would say, usually it's kind of tough sometimes as a player going into college, because it's a little bit different. I would say just preparation is always going to be key. Again, like and regardless of the level that you've played at in high school, it's very different in college. Usually you're going 3 to 4 hours a day, not including any outside work that you're doing, like 3 to 4 hours of a team practice where you're all together. And there's times when you would have hitting during the day. There's times when you would go in and get some extra defensive work done, maybe extra weights if you had the time. But yeah, there's that. And then there's games constantly. When that season rolls around, you got to hit constant, like you're having constant games and all that stuff. And so it can be mentally and physically draining. So I would just say preparing for that would be key. So yeah, just coming in, prepared.
One thing I would like to comment on. So Boston has been getting just drastically drilled with bad play within the last couple of weeks. They had an inside the park grand slam against the Blue Jays. They had a lot of errors within the last couple of weeks. The one that sticks to me is that inside the park grand slam where the center fielder for the Red Sox literally looked up at the ball, and granted, yes, you might lose it at night, especially if it gets caught up in the lights, you might lose it. But the fact that it still went about 40 feet over his head, dropped there, and all he did was take a look back at it, not even just give an effort to it. And your left fielder has to bust his ass from the line over. Like, to me, that is one thing as a coach. Like, if you make a mistake and all you do is try to make sure somebody else picks it up for you, like if you make an error on the field and it's a diving play and it gets kicked over to the guy, like if you're a first baseman, it goes off your glove and your second baseman is coming right up on it, that's fine. You need to get out of the way. The pitcher's probably going to cover if you don't have time to get back 100%. But if all you're going to do is just walk back to it, or you think you've pimped the ball because you know that feeling, whatever, and it hits off the wall and you're still standing on first, to me, that is one of the biggest key factors in baseball. Of like, granted, I love the fact that people are going to be competitive. I like in some aspects, I like the bat flips. I love being able to like tell the pitcher you screwed up. I love the pitcher being able to fire back and saying, yeah, after I screwed up, I struck you out, or after this big of an inning, I was still able to kind of settle back in, get fired up, whatever. You need to have effort 100% of the time. Mike Trout is literally sitting there in the outfield trying to give his pitcher the idea of, dude, you are giving away your signs based on your glove position. And if Mike Trout's noticing that, granted, he is easily the best player in our generation of baseball, probably one of the greatest ever to play the game, is one of the greatest ever to play the game. You as a youngster, or you even as a college kid, if you want to get to that next level, you have to be able to try to do that. I will admit I've had one of those times where I just got so fed up with it, where I got lost and couldn't find it. And all of a sudden it was over my head. I still tried to jog over to it, but also my center fielder is fast as hell. So he's already broken to it. So as soon as I see him busting there, I'm like, okay, he might have it. I should have probably sprinted over and tried to get it and fight for the ball. But at the same time, when all you're doing is just walking and you just stand there and look, dude, as a college coach, I am saying, all right, what little guy on the bench is going to be able to do the next big thing? I feel like a lot of the guys on the bench that are able to do that thing, and still they might not be the greatest that they are on the field, but if they're willing to give 100% and they're still trying to make their way through it, there's a level of baseball for you somewhere. Flat out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree with that. There's a difference between confidence and arrogance for sure.
Yep.
But yeah, no, I'm completely with that. Like it's very clear when a kid is still giving effort, even if it's just a little bit slower, all this kind of stuff. It's clear to see them trying versus not giving a crap, and just because the college coaches, they do care about their players, but if that's the case, like if you don't care enough to show effort, then they're going to be like, next guy off the bench, just like you said. Like there's going to be no discussion there, because he's like, I got a roster of 45 guys. And if you're not going to give effort, then I can put someone that's just as good out there.
Yep.
So.
Oh. Because like at the same time, though, baseball is one of the best games because you learn from every single mistake. Like every sport, you learn from your mistake, but baseball is one of the easiest sports to say you can learn from every single thing that you do, because you got those hitters out there that are able to say, yeah, I missed it, I dipped my shoulder. You can feel everything that you do. And I'm sure like a Steph Curry, when he knows that he missed a three, he's like, oh, like my elbow was off, or it's like I didn't follow through with my shot, or I might have just rushed a little bit. It's the same with baseball, and every single position is that way. You have a guy that as soon as they're fielding a ground ball, they're thinking, I have 100 plus steps to say, okay, I need to be able to react to if it hits off the dirt, or like hits off the lip, if it hits off a piece of dirt that wasn't raked right, or if I just even stepped to my left once that was really hard and I'm having to slide over and try to get in front of it, whatever. You have so many different opportunities to learn from the game of baseball. And that's why I think it's one of the most fun sports, but it's also one of the just most absolutely just mind-numbing sports because you have so much to think about. And if you mess up once, you're like, okay, wait, what did I do wrong? And then you're going back through it and you actually miss some of the little steps that you took to get to that point. It's like, I think one of the biggest things is being at third base, you have the hot corner, you have a slow roller or like a high chopper. It's like, okay, which hop am I going to take and how am I going to play it? And then by that time, you're already probably going to get eaten up if you just don't play off strict reaction. But sometimes even when you do, you get eaten up. Like there's no way around it. Sometimes you just do. But it's being able to put those together. And then especially at practice, like you said, Josh, it's like, okay, can I get like extra reps after practice? Can I ask my coach like, hey, I'm having trouble, especially going to my backhand, going to the bag. It's like, how can I get myself to be able to get that two-step hop, get over and be able to either backhand it or get myself into position to be just right in front of it.
Mm-hmm. Mikey,
What?
yeah, got anything else?
No.
So what?
Mikey.
That's me.
Oh.
Okay. What you want?
We're gonna
Oh
put on the audio. I'm spinning like,
a
ballerina.
ballerina.
See, joke's on you, motherfuckers. I'm not a ballerina.
Well, I would hope you're
Strawberry
not a ballerina.
Shortcake is a dancer.
Ooh.
So
Yeah, baby. I shake my ass like a drum.
Oh gosh,
That's what I do.
that might actually get us on the hub.
I've been
Hey,
asking for you to
yo.
put us on the hub literally since we've begun, and you still haven't done it. So I don't want to hear it from you.
Sorry.
No, you're not.
How am I supposed to do that? How am I supposed to just go?
Make an
Create a
account
page.
and then
Yeah,
you
'cause I'm
put
gonna
it
do
on
that.
Start posting it.
Yeah, you are.
Bro, why do you think they make burner email accounts? Figure it out.
Oh my lord, I'm not even.
Strawberry shortcake at gmail.com.
No. What do
Bro,
I feel
I'll
like Mikey
create it
already has
then.
that?
I'll create it. Strawberry shortcake 1 at gmail.com.
There you go.
Okay.
That's yeah. You probably have to spell it out some random ass like. You probably have to add the actual asterisk symbol in there and just get all these weird ass spellings because somebody's already taken 4 different variations of it.
Maybe. What's it to you?
Sounds about right.
Oh my gosh.
You want the login?
No, this is completely off topic because I just opened a new
Oh.
tab and this is way off.
Oh
of
no,
baseball.
you don't need to know what's on
Zombie
your computer,
midget
buddy.
porn?
Whoa.
No,
He
Olivia
opened up his
Newton-John
history on
died.
accident.
That's old
Hey
news.
yo.
That happened this morning.
Oh. Damn.
Where
When
have
it
you
comes
guys
out-
been?
When it comes out on Tuesday or Wednesday, it'll happen like a couple of days later. But no way, she died. That's
Where have
impressive.
you guys been?
That's impressive. Nick, what the hell's the matter with you?
I
He was
didn't
only
know
like
that that
This
would
guy
happen.
won it. He was
He's-
rooting
well,
for it
no.
tonight. Oh my gosh.
Everybody's getting out. Man, our generation
Everybody's
is literally
getting
killing
out.
off so.
Well,
Everybody's
it's not
getting
our
out.
generation. It's the fact that they're old.
Well, besides that,
Like, what?
it seems like our generation's killing them off.
It was just their time. Like it's not like
Yeah,
our
we're
generation is
74.
openly like going out and hunting these people down.
Yeah, this isn't the purge.
Got them.
Oh boy, that would be
Yeah.
a topic of conversation for us. The purge.
Purge?
The Purge?
Bro, don't even get
The
me started.
purge.
Don't even get me started.
Okay, let's get you started.
No,
Go.
it's a college baseball podcast.
Facts, Nick. God, what? You're
Ah.
already back on here 1 week and are trying to get
Promoting
us-
bad behavior.
I like ruffling
Exactly.
feathers.
I'll go on tangents, but don't promote bad behavior.
Exactly.
You have to prepare that for these big interviews we have lined up.
We're having some interviews coming lined up soon.
I'm not allowed
Hopefully
on
we'll
them.
have those. You are allowed, Mikey.
No, I'm not.
Hopefully we'll have those
Mikey,
lined up soon, so we don't have time to talk about the purge.
Yeah.
But I did figure today that would be one topic that we hit on as
The purge?
some kids that
No.
are out there that are going to hear, because I had a good discussion with one of the athletes that I was training the other day talking about colleges down the future. And I was like, listen, all those numbers, like for me anyways, all like the combines and stuff that people do, the exposure showcases, they're okay if you've reached out to a coach beforehand and they're really looking
Yeah.
at you. Otherwise, I mean, unless you're putting up these massive numbers, even then it's great if you can throw hard off the mat. It's great if you can throw hard across the diamond. It's great if you have a great exit velo and all this stuff. But I'm going to want to see the person in game. So if you
Oh yeah.
if you are a kid, and this is just for, I guess, recruiting, get film of you in games, send it off to coaches, really push and try to sell yourself. So really reach out to those coaches, know which college you want to go to. Again, pick the college first, choose a place to where you think you can fit in and that has a program that you really want to study in. Because if baseball doesn't, or whatever sport you're playing doesn't pan out, it gets tough, or you even end up quitting. You want to stay at that college, okay? Because that's what's gonna produce you a career down the road. So,
and I was gonna say that's the biggest thing to look at too. Like if you're a young guy going into recruiting, especially if you're like a junior, senior, and like you're okay, where do I really have to start hitting it on? For me, especially like a lot of the guys that are like in 8th grade and like all those perfect game Under Armour showcases and everything like that, dude, your recruiting gets started because coaches are still not quote unquote able to reach out to you, but you're on their radar. Everybody knows it. You're one of the best players in the country, but still 8th grade to me in that
still
case,
got a lot of development.
Oh yeah. It doesn't excuse me, it doesn't matter whether you throw like almost 90 off a mound in 8th grade, because you can strike everybody out. The Little League World Series, they're literally throwing almost in the major leagues, they're throwing like 100-mile-an-hour plus just because of their mound difference. You can still throw 65 and locate and still be average and locate, and there is still a place for you somewhere. But like what Josh said, all you need to do is one, focus on yourself. Where is the best place that you can go to say, okay, this is the subject that I still want to pursue in college if stuff doesn't work out. I want to try to make it to the MLB. That's great. You can still have that dream. Make sure you have the school that you want to pick out that is best for you. Go on as many visits as you can. Talk to as many coaches as you can, because one of them is guaranteed to like something of you that will bring their team to the next level. There's always those guys. Whether or not you're short, you're tall, shit. Friggin' Vogelbeck for the Mets right now, he's a husky dude. Big old husky dude. And he is still playing professional baseball, doing absolutely outstanding. He is probably one of the best advocates at the moment for, it doesn't matter what body shape you are still able to light up the board.
Yeah, fat boys can ball, I'll tell you what.
Yeah. And it's just a matter of how can you take care of yourself, for one. Two, in case something in the future happens, you get hurt, you decide to actually quit because you can't figure it out. Or if you get there and your coach decides to put the next guy up, or you have to play under 5 seniors, and you know that you might not be able to beat them out, no matter how hard you work. Like, you can still work hard and you say, well, damn, I still can't get there. Like, what is it? Ask questions of your coach. Ask questions of what the coach is looking for one. Like, how are you able to help the team out? But still, it's like, dude, sometimes it ain't meant to be. And you can still go say that you played college baseball, and you can still get out with a degree and still be perfectly fine. Go be successful in that. It doesn't always have to be baseball. Man, we are getting, I don't know why I'm getting deep, but we're diving into some good topics. I like this one. Good conversations.
Mikey,
talking to yourself,
about it,
yeah.
I'm
not a
sorry.
lot is going on.
Mikey's world is not going on much.
What you got going about this? What you got? What for the recruitment process?
What do you want from me? Just to reiterate everything he just said?
I mean, you could talk about either like personal experience or like maybe add another thing if we missed something.
Yeah, personal experience. Don't get hurt. There's my personal experience for you.
Damn. All right. Damn.
I mean, but how did you bounce back from that?
I didn't play my senior year.
No, I'm telling you, like, what were you able to still?
Josh.
What I'm trying to say is like,
Josh
what was
is
your
just
experience?
backhanding your ass.
Would you settle down, Nicholas? Let me get the words out. I can't think like this. I can barely think as is. But Mikey, so during that time, would you agree that it was important that you chose a college that you could see yourself at in the school aspect?
Yeah. I mean, you have to go into it knowing that you can't play this game forever.
Yeah.
There's a reason all these people who get drafted like out of the NFL, the MLB, the NBA go back to school in the off season to finish their degree.
Facts.
I mean, even though they might not need it after they're done with all the money, they still want something to do. So like they still go back to get it.
Brings me
But
to another question.
I did not play my senior year.
I know,
that.
and you had an injury and all this stuff, but I was just saying to somebody that went through that experience.
I was gonna say that's the biggest advocate for it.
To share with the like kids that it's like, because imagine if you went to a school to where you were like, oh, it's just for the baseball aspect.
JUCO.
Imagine how much like it doesn't even matter about that. Like if he had just gone to a place where he was like, I really don't like, I'm just going to get gen eds done. I really don't enjoy my classes. I can just skip and pass by. I don't really have friends here. Like, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So it's a lot different. And that's why I was hoping like you could hit on that.
Well, it depends. Cause if you're the stud kid who didn't do well in high school and had to go to the JUCO route, then it's different. If you're the kid who was average in high school, and it's more important to like, if you were average in high school but have the potential to grow into it, like into your body in college, then you definitely need to find a place where it's like a family oriented, or like you like the coach, or the coach is going to take care of you, or the campus is like nice. But those people who have the dreams and aspirations to go to the professional level or play the D1 baseball, like they go the JUCO route if their grades aren't good enough, or if they just need that time to develop and get the experience. It's very dependent on the program that you go to.
I would 100% agree with that, because you get like the small town that I'm in now, one of their main guys, he got picked up and is going to TCU, I believe. And in the same aspect, you have a lot of small town kids that are, and granted, there is nothing taken away from this kid because I've actually seen him play. He's lights out. Like, he's very good. There are the things of like the small town guys, like kind of Mikey said, you're the star on the team. You run the team, or even if you're in like a big school, you run the team, you run your district ever. There's always a kid that is probably still better than you. And there's always a kid that is probably pushing to have the same dream as you. And that's not a bad thing. One, it's either how are you going to back down? Are you going to just tuck tail between your legs and just say, well, I mean, he's better than me? Or are you going to say, well, he's better than me. Let's try to outwork him. I guarantee you a lot of the guys that are still sitting on the bench they know they should be playing. And they're saying, I'm going to try to outwork you no matter what, as long as I give it my all. Like, even if I don't play, like, yeah, it's going to suck, but I know what I did. Right. And then there's the guys that are just going to say, well, yeah, okay, well, I did it. I was the best in high school, and it was like I got to college and I was like, well, I'm not really gonna amount to it. The guy at like short is the best guy on the team. He hits like 310 on average, and it's like I can maybe hit 310 if I don't swing it everything. But at the same time, it's like, dude, you still have a lot to be able to go in your game that can get you to that point and get you to replace him. It's just a matter of, are you going to give up, or are you gonna get there? Which kind of honestly brings me to this question too that I saw on TikTok the other day, and it was more of an opinion, I believe. It was saying that I believe the NBA is one of the hardest leagues to get into coming in as a rookie. Like, you get drafted, you got to go through the G League and everything like that. On a scale of basketball, baseball, hockey, football, where are we on the fact of what sport is hardest?
No, we're not doing this. No.
He said no.
Get the fuck out of here.
No, I'm genuinely asking because I'm curious.
No.
Why?
Because every sport has their own difficulty. Dingle nuts.
Yes, I realize that, but still.
Are you saying making the roster wise, or are you saying like talent wise?
No.
Because I don't think the talent. Well, I'm Mikey again. Just clarify. I don't understand why you guys are yelling at me. Okay, it makes me really flustered, and I want to go cry.
You're progressing this conversation down the line. It
No.
happen.
No. I will not.
Before I murder somebody.
I'm not gonna try to do the talent thing, because just like you said, everything requires different skills. Like if you don't know how to skate, not a chance on God's green earth you can play hockey. So
Okay,
it's
so
like
take the skills out of it then.
I'm not doing the talent discussion
Take the
either.
skills out of
No,
it.
no,
We're not
no.
gonna have a sport. We're just gonna have a bunch of bamboos running around.
No, more or less, I don't believe it was on a skill level, and that I just wanted to hear the banter really quick because that was hilarious. But also, here's the thing: the levels that you have to go through. Because like the NFL doesn't have, they've got the practice roster, but they don't have a league underneath them. Like you could probably go play for the XFL or whatever league
Or
is
the Canadian Football League, or
yeah, you can go play at those and still get picked up.
Arena Football League,
Yeah,
or
the NFL does not have a lower level besides the NFL that they specifically say, all right, all of our rookies, all of our draft picks, recruits that we just got, this is where you go play, go have fun. The NBA has the G League. So, I mean, they go through it. Does the NHL have like a quote unquote
Yes.
minor leagues? Yeah. Do they?
Mhm.
Okay. Well, oh yeah, because Des Moines has the Iowa Wild. So, I mean, the NHL still has that. And they've got like travel leagues and stuff for like college kids and everything like that. But to me, I think the only league that actually has it, and this is not trying to say that baseball reigns supreme on it, but baseball, in my opinion, and honestly, based on the facts, is the only league that goes, you have to go through low single A, get to high single A, still be able to get to your double A team, go to triple A, and you still might not even have that opportunity. I think level wise, baseball might be one of the hardest sports to get into to the pro level.
Baseball has that because you have they have the longest season in all sports. They have the most games in all sports, and they have to have the deepest roster in all sports because you have guys that are pitchers, and then you have just constant defensive replacements. Like it's a lot more of a grind that way. So that makes sense that you'd have huge rosters, and even then you still have like independent ball and all this other kind of stuff going on.
Pause the music.
So yeah, so we needed time. Mikey took a quick lap and cooled down.
I don't take laps, boy.
But yeah, so I hate just as much as Mikey hates the question. I hate the question too, where it's like it's so much harder to hit, blah blah blah. I'm like, yes, it is hard, but there also are really challenging things in every single sport.
Oh, 100%.
And at the highest level, it's going to be hard.
I know what we need to do.
What do we need to do?
Combine all the sports into one sport.
Okay.
Well, basketball already is kind of a thing in a movie, but
I just
how would you go about this?
Adding ice skates to it.
You have ice skates, football, gymnastics, tennis, baseball, basketball. We're
swimming.
not putting cheerleading in there. Swimming.
I think Josh is frozen.
No, I'm just contemplating what he's
contemplating.
No, there are different discussions like about like what is qualified as a sport.
I was just fucking with you. Cheerleaders are athletes. The way they can move.
Listen,
facts.
So I want to hit on this real quick.
So
they are athletic and all this kind of stuff, but I believe
we're stirring the pot here.
It's a competition. So like weightlifting is a competition. It's not a sport. So I would say that if you compete, so like ice skating, like if they're doing like the ice dancing or all that kind of stuff, that's competition.
You're a competition.
If you face an opponent straight up and can beat them head to head with referees who uphold the rules, then that is a sport. But if you are playing against an opponent, but your decision comes down to judges who decide your score and decide how you place against an opponent, that is a competition. So diving would be a competition.
Is UFC a competition?
No, UFC is all freaking brawl.
That's a sport because it comes down. If it comes down to decision, then that's what happens. But you can knock somebody out or submit them.
Guys, this. Yeah, just like I could kill all the judges if I was at a dive meet.
But then you wouldn't get a score.
Yes, I would. I'd give myself a score.
No, that's not how it works, Mikey.
Yeah, it is.
Mikey, I can tell you right now, as a diver from experience, no,
Then
you
ask.
cannot.
Then ask. Then
This
ask.
guy.
Then ask.
This guy.
End the podcast now. Wrap it
Done.
up.
I'm gonna
We're
give him the
replacing
stanky
you.
boot. You're
Get
done.
Ryan. Get Ryan.
Stanky boot.
Get
Nick's
Ryan right
fired.
now.
Part 2.
Get
Also, did get fired. I'm back, bitches. But
He's back with pay cut.
No pay.
yeah.
Yep.
No pay.
You're
Actually,
being,
he's
None of us are
paying
gonna
us
pay.
now.
You're being suspended.
I'm being suspended. Okay.
Give your
Well,
badge and gun.
you know what? It'll still probably be less of a suspension than Deshaun Watson. So.
Hey yo.
Okay. On that note, we're
But
just
no,
end.
but yeah, that's what I classify. Anyways, so how do we even
And-
get? Okay, we got here because of Nick's question.
And more or less, the question that I was asking was just on a fact of like, it wasn't skill based because, like Josh said, and Mikey didn't want to have this conversation because that's the biggest argument. You cannot judge a sport as hard as it is on its skill. Like, granted, yes, we are hitting a ball traveling at X amount of speed with X amount of time to react. But as a wide receiver, think about this too. You have a ball that is getting thrown at you with multiple different guys about to just absolutely truck your ass. So it's a matter of, am I able to catch this? How much of my body is getting put on the line? Where did my quarterback throw it to give me the best chance to catch it? And
Not
hope
just that,
that I
but
don't get put on the line.
also knowing the plays, how to run your route, read a defense.
Yep.
There's
Yes,
there's a
it's
lot that
lightweight.
goes into it. But anyways, I would say that all around on the lower levels, I think the grind, if you are not a star player right away, is extremely difficult, I think, across the board, because you're talking about G
Yeah.
League and all this kind of stuff. So if you're not going straight to the league, or if you're not starting out at AA ball going into AAA, or if you're drafted into the NFL and you're like either backup right away or starting, like I feel like the grind of being like a free agent or somebody that's on the practice squad or somebody in the minors or like that is, you got to be ready at all times to go in. You have to like it. The stories that I've heard from guys are like, I'm like absolutely crazy and mad respect to all them guys, all them dogs out there who are just grinding day in, day out.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Mad respect. But yeah, I'd say
Yeah, but
that's
entrepreneurship
that's
in
universal
baseball is the
across the
hardest
board.
sport.
What?
And then Mikey's gonna come in here and start a pot.
He's gonna keep going.
You
You
said it's
started this bullshit.
I know. I said you're gonna keep going with it. I'm here for it. I want to be
I
fired.
want to end your fucking life because of this.
Well, and here's the best thing. Here's the best thing. And we get told this at where I work because we're pushing a lot of envelopes with what I do on the other side. But the
Are you
best thing
legitimately
is,
pushing envelopes.
well, right, yeah, actually,
Nick
we
is in the
ship out
cartel.
packages. But
Oh
no,
shit.
Got him.
no.
Okay.
But so the best thing is as long as you can get a controversy going, that's the best thing.
no.
Because it's like yes, 100%. Dude, look at Logan Paul. Logan Paul, in my eyes, is a complete idiot because he does all this stupid crap, and they all fight these guys. And like, yes, they might be good at fighting too, but they call out so much of this crap, and then they just keep pushing it. But they get the opportunity because they push it. You get so many people visiting your page that say like, "Oh yeah, we believe in you," and then they'll back up against the haters. That's the best thing. There is bad publicity sometimes is honestly good because like if you stir the pot, you're able to have the conversation and
Hold
people are
on.
going to back you up on it.
Pause.
Pause.
Are you telling me we should just be very controversy on here?
Oh no! Don't open that door,
We're not going to
Nope.
open that big of a door, but like this
Nick.
topic,
Look what you did. You
I
did
know.
this.
You're
Well,
putting me
the
down
topic-
a wrong path right now.
I
See?
really don't know
Mikey's
what
gonna
this
say
topic
some-
is.
Mikey's gonna say
See
the
what he
Earth
did?
is flat. I swear to
Absolutely not.
Christ.
That's the dumbest goddamn thing I've ever heard.
He's gonna say the
All
moon
right.
landing was fake.
The moon landing was fake.
There it is.
Oh Lord, here we go.
But
All
okay,
right,
like
so
going back
where-
to like no. I'm saying like there are
Yeah, get
just
fucked, Nick.
different. I'm just saying there are different classifications for sport and all this kind of stuff. Granted, baseball is a more skill specific, so you can be a super athletic build, run really fast, do all this kind of stuff, jump really high. And if you can't swing and hit it, then it's
It's not.
there's
for you.
nothing there.
know.
But let's be
Okay.
real. Okay,
Pause.
Mikey and I go out sometimes and we golf. I consider
I
ourselves.
fucking
I consider
suck.
us. I consider us
cannot golf
decent
worth a
baseball
damn.
players, but we are terrible at golf.
Nick,
This
you
is
want
what
to come
I'm
back this
saying.
Friday and golf with us?
Oh, facts.
What?
If you're free this
Golf with us on
Friday, you want
Friday?
to come golf with us?
I won't be able
Keep
to make it until
No!
late.
Keep this to the
No!
podcast. Keep this to the podcast.
Please.
This needs.
We need
Legit.
a fourth.
This is gonna stay. Everything stays in the podcast.
We need a
We
fourth.
need a fourth to come.
Well,
We
I'm
need a
not gonna be
fourth.
able to. I won't be able to even get out there until probably. I'm not even gonna be able to get home until 7.
No.
Unbelievable.
No. This is not play putt. Playing 18.
Dude, you don't want to see me play 18. I have
You
outkilled
don't
somebody.
wanna you'd be Josh's partner. Actually, yeah, you'd be
Hey,
Josh's partner.
whoa. No.
Yeah.
Here's
That's happening.
my.
I'm taking Levy.
No, I
for-
have the one arm left.
Screw you. Screw you. Because here's
I'm not
what
gonna
I-
take you if you're being like, oh, I'm terrible. But then he's offended when I don't choose him.
Yeah.
It's like a kid being
Well,
out
you
on like
just
the
admitted that
dodgeball and
you're
being like, oh yeah,
terrible.
I can't throw. I know I'm bad.
Oh,
That's
I know
why I
I'm
can't
bad.
have you on my team because then we'll both be bad.
Yeah, but
Nick,
that's
I'm
the
thinking
fun
about this
part. That's where you just
logically,
get
and
to
you're
drink and
just
have
being.
fun.
A bitch.
I'll tell you right now. My
I'm
golf
in it to
game,
win it.
Oh, dude.
You haven't won against Caleb and I. So no, you're not.
Asshole.
My
It's
golf
literally
game
Caleb.
is just. Okay, can I ask a question? So, like,
Hmm.
because all three of us
No.
are baseball
What do you
players.
think this
Yes,
is?
I'm gonna.
This is a classroom.
This is our
Get the fuck
podcast.
outta
Well,
here.
I'm gonna ask a question.
Huh.
The bell does not dismiss you.
Mute
I
him.
dismiss
Mute
you.
him now. Mute him now, Josh. Don't let him ask this
Give him
question.
the stanky boot.
I have the camera on me right now. You can't mute me.
I
I
don't
can
care.
put in my
Josh
audio.
can mute you on the Zoom.
All right. Well, anyways,
Yeah, that's what I thought, bitch. Try. Try
Do
to
you
lighten
guys-
that up when
so-
you're muted.
okay. So, when you get to the transfer of you've retired from baseball, you're going into golf. Please tell me that I'm not the only one that as soon as they get on their backswing, their hands get to the point of
Slice.
where their hands get to the point to where they started. All of a sudden, you just feel your natural like, okay, my hands moved this direction, and your club just wobbles in the air. No, I'm the only
Gosh,
person that feels
They
that.
don't know I know this hack. You just need to swing golf from the other side that you hit. So if you're a righty batter, you need to swing lefty.
That's
with
what
the
I do.
golf. If you're a lefty golfer or a lefty batter, you need to swing righty with the clubs.
Mhm.
Caleb did, and he low-key hacked.
That's what
the
I did,
golf.
and I still
Hacked
suck.
life.
So
Well, you're different. So
yeah.
I'm slowly
What?
figuring things out. So
Hold on, that's
Yeah.
a thing.
yeah, that's what Caleb did.
It's a completely because when you swing with a golf club, it's completely different than a baseball swing. Baseball swing, you want to keep your hands, tight.
Oh,
Through
yeah,
the
well,
zone?
yeah.
When you swing a golf club, it should actually feel like you have an in and out swing. So you're letting your hands drop behind you and get really long.
Well, shit, dude. I in and outside the ball all the time. I was on a driving range, like literally the week before I went on vacation. I put a ball on the highway.
Solid.
Nice.
Josh,
I-
we're gonna
I-
ask to be our fourth set. Because bitch boy McGee over here is not gonna join us.
I don't know, man. Might just, I don't know.
I find
I just have to
golf
find
so-
somebody there. One of
Golf
the
is so
concession
tedious.
workers.
No any girls?
Have
Uh-oh.
one of the
Now we're-
Cardinals hit for me again.
Yeah, you've tried that. You failed with her.
Hey,
With the
it
finish.
worked.
Oof.
She put us on
Oh.
the green on a par three.
Yeah, but you didn't secure the number, so it doesn't matter.
Bro, I don't know what to tell you.
I know what to tell you.
I
Like
don't.
he is
I
throwing
don't
shade.
do that,
Be
my
better.
boy.
Be better.
You heard it here
That's
first.
a whole nother discussion. about
Anyway,
this.
how do
That's
we
a
feel about
whole nother
$500 bed sheets?
$500.
$500. Oh my
For
gosh,
what?
Mikey's on an ad.
For beds?
Why? $500 bit, dude. I barely want to spend
They're
$500 on a
silk
new
and
camera.
pink.
But why? When I can buy
You
like
say $500
$12
on a
t-shirt.
camel? You say $500 on a camel?
A camera.
Oh, I thought you said camel. I was like, where the fuck are you buying a camel
Get a
in
book.
Iowa?
Yes, because it's gonna sit in my office and just completely shit everywhere.
Yeah,
and
He's
you
I'm
know
got
how
it in his
cold that'd
parking
be?
space. He
Do
just
you
like
know-
ties it up.
Do you know how cold that'd be? You be in there in your office and you be talking to clients. You'd be like, oh my fucking God, that's a camel. You'd be like, yeah, watch this.
That's
Like,
my camera.
You'd be like,
hey, yo,
Lamisha,
Steven. Come
yo,
here.
take a shit right here on this chair. Ba 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 ba. Like dropping mortars from the sky, my guy.
Good Lord.
okay, so what's this $500 sheets?
I don't know. They're pink.
They're
What are you
pink.
looking at?
$500 sheets. Well, they're $542, but
Okay.
What brand of sheet is it?
I don't know. I gotta find it. Again.
Okay.
Hold on.
Is that all we have to talk about today?
just bring in a No Place Like Homaha pod after dark in the last like 20 minutes?
We might have to at this
Unless
point.
you- unless you-
I'm down
unless you
for it.
want
Let's
me
do
to-
it. Just dive in. I don't care.
Well, no.
We got to do an
You-
introduction episode.
Won't put us on the hub. So this is not No Place After Homaha After Dark. Okay, thank you. That's my standard.
I mean, I'm just saying, yeah.
Oh,
All right. Well,
man.
if that's all we got for today,
No,
I feel like
stop.
we hit. I feel
No.
like we hit on some good stuff
Stand up.
today, honestly, though.
He found the
We
bed
hit-
sheets. Hold on.
We
They're
hit
called
some good-
Clover Silk.
Clover silk.
Yeah, so here. I'll
Made from
read it
real
to you.
clovers.
Oh my God, we got other colors. It's $462. Oh. $600 for a California King.
Ah,
We come in
Wow.
pink, champagne, gray, light gray, black, and purple. But purple looks like not purple. Purple looks
Ah.
like a maroon or like a almost like a mahogany like kind of thing.
a mahogany.
Mahogany.
Yeah.
What?
Do you know what
So-
mahogany looks
it's-
like?
Dude,
It's
it's
not
dark.
purple.
Mahogany's brown. Mahogany's
Then
like
ask,
dark brown.
bitch.
You just okay.
No,
Then
I
ask.
did it. I said a
Yeah.
statement. There's a difference.
Yeah, but you said a wrong statement, which I'm
Listen,
known for, so I gotta
listen,
call you
on
out on
trivia
it.
crack, art is not my good category. Okay, leave me alone.
Oh boy.
I meant to say burgundy. That's what I meant to say.
Just
the
from
color is
mahogany to
purple.
burgundy.
It
Well-
lies.
Oh my
let's
gosh.
see what other expensive. shit I can
Anyways,
find.
so I guess
Oh, Lord.
it's been the episode. Thank you again for tuning in. Again, we have been the No Place Like Homaha podcast. Obviously, since you're on YouTube, please like and subscribe. If you are on any other platform, please like and subscribe as well. Again, we are out on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. and
yeah,
anywhere
Cronio
else.
Meat is the goat.
Yep,
Oh,
shout out
shut
Cronio
the
Media.
Fuck up, Josh. This
Shut-
is important. Did anybody try out my AIDS cure recipe from last week?
Yes, let us know in the
If
comments.
so, please let us know how slapping a bamboo on the ass, a baboon on the ass works.
With the sticky note. With the
Um,
sticky note.
I've done it one time. With a man. That man did not live to see the next day.
Oh,
So,
that's big tough.
Godspeed,
okay.
Spider-Man, if that works. If not, we'll get back to me next week and I'll have new instructions for you.
Excellent. You're
Oh,
working on
Lord.
another cure right
As
now.
always, Flintstone gummies. Yeah. Words and femdos. Goodbye.
Awesome.
MDOS.
Again, I've been your host, JD Wonder, alongside Nick Hendricks and Mikey Love.
It's Strawberry
thank you
Shortcake.
guys for tuning in. This episode, again, went a little bit off the rails, and I'm totally fine with it.
You stop saying again.
Oh. All right,
Again.
well,
Fuck you.
we'll release another episode in a few weeks, and hopefully we'll have our interviews going as soon as possible.